Welcome to The Real Wine Show, a wine game show wrapped in a talk show, wrapped in a podcast about wine. I'm Matt.
And I am Chad.
So our first segment is kind of like Wait, Don't Tell Me. We're calling it Spot the Corker, where we read possibly fictitious news pieces and ask each panelist to decide if they're true or false.
The second segment is the emotive blind tasting, where instead of relying on the usual descriptors like what kinds of fruits, how much tannin or acid the wine has, we ask our panelists to taste the wine and tell us a story about the wine based on how it makes them feel, like perhaps a memory, or if the wine were a person, what kind of person would it be?
You know, think of it less of a game show and more of a wild discussion about the wide world of wine. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Want to do some introductions, Matt, and get the show on the road?
All right. So from my left to my right, which is the same one if you're listening to the radio forwards instead of backwards, we would have KariAnn, Mick, and Kevin. How about we start out in that order of introductions?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm KariAnn Fifer. I work at Oak and Reel as the wine director and somm. I also teach wine and spirits at Schoolcraft in the culinary arts department. And so to baby culinary kids or people actually in career changes as well. So it's a wide range of humans. And then I'm also a crazy person and in grad school. So that is what I do with my life right now. Up higher.
What are you graduating?
There you go. I'm getting my Master of Science in Environmental and Sustainability Engineering.
Fancy. That's cool.
Right? Why not?
I will add that you're missed around town, KariAnn.
I know, I miss Ann Arbor so much. All my buyers. I still text people that I trust, like Joe Morehouse, randomly. Hey, I'm looking at your book right now, and I haven't had this vintage. What do you think? So, I know. I miss Ann Arbor.
It's a relationship business, isn't it?
It is. And Detroit's a wild, feral place by comparison.
Yeah.
So it is definitely different, but it's great.
Very cool.
I love
Excellent.
it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Michael Descamps, but I always go by Mick. I am the beverage director.
Not Mitch.
Not Mitch.
Oh.
Nice one. You just targeted my pain point, so good on you. So you did just effortless, right? So, no, I'm the wine director for Red Wagon Shoppe, Rochester. Used to be multiple locations, now just one. So jack of all trades, there, but beyond wine, I've worked on all parts of this business, import, on-premise, yada, yada, yada. But father of three, amateur farmer, and general.
That hot sauce you brought here.
Appreciate
it,
I
man.
It was banging on that shawarma.
Appreciate
If you
it.
guys have not tried it, this is a shout out
Hey,
to
man.
try and mix hot sauce on the chicken shawarma.
Little plug for the whole hot sauce business. So
In general, just everyone should be taking hot sauce. Nice.
I love hot sauce.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I
listen,
love
It's
hot
so
sauce. It's so nice.
I think hot sauce in general is brilliant. I mean, if in this age that we are with, people being more health sensitive, this is, probiotically fermented. Everything I do is organically grown and it's stable, vinegar adjusted, and, it'll last unopened for at least a good 2 or 3 years. Open. I don't know if it lasts that long, a few months, 6 months.
Does anybody ever pay attention to how long they keep their hot sauce open in
you
the
know what, though?
refrigerator? I have a collection.
I
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
I was gonna say though, every once in a while you'd be like, man, my man, that's brown.
Yeah.
Listen, that was supposed to be bright red. You gotta let me get you a new bottle.
I think if it changed color, I would pay attention. I have not noticed any
But
color
then
change.
again, though, go back to the other thing. How many people have crusty old vermouth on the bottle from 1982? And I'm just like, man, that vermouth, everybody, we got to get rid of it. You got all these top tier, top shelf, whatever whiskeys, and that vermouth is old.
So bad.
Anyway, that's enough.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mick, Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin Williams, welcome in, man. Tell us.
Hello. So, yes, I am Kevin Williams. I'm the sommelier at Highlands, Detroit, and the Renaissance Center downtown. So, we recently took over that role about 2 years ago. So, the new kid in the wine industry here. So,
You used the word iconic before. I think that's certainly, well, it certainly applies to the RenCen, to that
space.
restaurant, the space
Yeah.
at the top of the RenCen. It's a
Yeah.
commanding view of Detroit. anybody who hasn't been up there needs to get over there and check it out, 'cause it's a cool,
Yeah,
it's a cool way to look at the city.
It definitely is an iconic space. Even when in relation to wine, that was where Madeline Trefan, Mick worked there for a little bit, Tanya Spear, Michelle DeHaze. So it's definitely been a privilege to, command that space as well and really do a due diligence to honor the history there. So it's been a lot of fun. Come see me at Highlands.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. All right. Well, our first segment is our true false segment. And in that, what we do is give you a news story, and then ask you to decide whether you believe it is true or false. So it's very simple. All you have to do is win and get it right.
That's all.
Yeah, Matt, do you have one ready to go? Or
No
should I
pressure.
go? Who wants to launch in here first?
I can go. All right. So, 750 bottles of wine worth a total of 60,000 euros were stolen during a nighttime burglary at an unnamed restaurant in Paris. Among them are several bottles of Grand Cru Burgundy with a retail value of over $2,000 or euros each. The thieves broke into the small restaurant with only a dozen tables and gained access to the wine cellar. It is unclear if they brought their own tables or used the ones on the patio to break in. They call themselves M Cubed for modern merry men. They steal from the rich and give themselves a pour. In recent months, several Parisian restaurants have fallen victim to wine thefts. The most spectacular case involved famous La Tour d'Argent, from whose cellar 83 bottles of Grand Cru worth 1.5 million euro were stolen in January. The reason for this may be sharply rising prices for Burgundies. According to the editor-in-chief of La Revue du Vin de France, Jérôme Baudin, the average price for a bottle of Burgundy Premier Cru on the domestic market has risen from 50 euro to 400 euro over the past 10 years. This makes them attractive to thieves who target small restaurants and specifically steal 20 to 30 cases. Often these thefts are commission work, and I know a guy that brokers these deals. We can talk later. In Germany, Spain, and Norway, the cellars of top restaurants have also been targeted for burglaries and trick thefts in recent years. Kind of like tricking, like parkour, trick thefts. It's really cool. Cool. So, is this true or is this false? Was 750 bottles of wine stolen from a small, unnamed restaurant in Paris?
It's true. I actually read that article. Yeah. I thought the math was different, but yes, I believe that it's true.
I feel like the math would have to be different. 750 bottles, but 70,000 euros?
60.
60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be more.
There have been thefts.
Yeah.
That part is true. The average price of Grand Cru Burgundy being 400 euros
I thought it
in
was-
France is still high. I would say that's low, so I'm going to say false.
I thought it was like 60 million.
Because some of the details feel off. But part of this is based in truth, yes. I don't think all of this is true.
Well, the story is true. They do not call themselves M Cubed.
No.
Or I don't know people either. Like the broker.
Dang it.
That's not true, right?
Yeah, there were some weird additions.
What about the dollar values?
The dollar values were low.
No clue. I copied and pasted.
Yeah,
So that
there you go. Nice.
is, you're going to have to take it up with that. Whoever wrote this, I think. Yeah. I didn't have a joke. So.
Wine business.
Where are you guys sitting on wine prices these days? What do you?
Disgusting. Gross.
I mean, can you trade down? I guess is what I'm really getting at. Like
100%, you can
Sure.
trade down. It depends if the more narrow focus you are, the more in trouble you will be.
It's real.
If you're speaking boutique Napa Cab and Grand Cru Burgundy, you're in trouble. If you are, unless you're somebody who has a lot of money and want to go to the auction markets, because then you can find a bloodbath there. But that being said, if you're open to the category of style and not a specific grape or specific region, no, you're wide open. Yeah. There should be no issue, and you can set your price point. But this is the
So
takeaway.
you're not losing any selection, a range of selection by saying, okay, I don't want to spend 75, I want to spend 35.
This is the problem, though. Where are you going to go?
Yeah.
And do you want to go to a retailer? The amount of retailers who do, I mean, there's a good maybe dozen retailers in Michigan, maybe 20 that you can come across who has point of view. And if I'm wrong by a few, I'm sorry. Who cares enough to show whatever? And I'm not talking about big profile of store or small, doesn't matter. It's really about somebody who's going to do that work. More than anything, you look at restaurants, the restaurant scene, you see 100 to 150 bottles total in Michigan for more than 95% of the restaurants. You know what I mean?
God, is it that bad?
Yes.
I mean, yes.
What she does is,
Yeah.
and what he does, they're
Well,
not representative.
they're exceptional,
They're
right,
not
right.
representative of the whole.
Right.
They are outliers.
Yeah, well, I have to admit, when I say I ask, is it that bad? Because, and you know what? I got to tell a story because I love the place. But Vecino, that new spot down, have you eaten there?
I haven't eaten
Not
there,
yet.
but it's on
Anybody?
my list.
It's been delicious, right? But last time I went, I did like they had a, what do you call it? Omakase tasting menu thing. And they used to have a really cool wine list when I went down when they initially opened. And now it's just Mexican wine, And I was just kind of like, oh, kind of heartbroken. But I guess I was going to say my perspective is that, I haven't stopped going out quite as much, right? And I don't see the wine lists around so much. I didn't realize they were so desperate.
Well,
or so limited. I don't want to say desperate. I mean, there's good wines.
It's also limited based on the staff that you have, which is constantly overturning. If you have a number to manage, you have numbers to manage. So if you don't have people that can sell those wines on your floor that are present regularly, you're beholden to the fact that you have a bunch of inventory just camping out that you can't sell. And you still
Because
have
people
to
are
turn a
going
profit.
to default without guidance. They'll default
to the
to
things that
familiar.
people are asking for. You're getting order takers often, and it's not everywhere. And even in fine dining, it's challenging. I think the thing that we have to think about is, you can have a lot of really cool wines as long as they work with your food and your concept, but you also have to carry things for guests that have specific needs and desires, and there's still a lot of education out there that needs to be done. And that really starts with us, and it starts with our staff. And if you don't have the people, you can't move more than 150 SKUs. You can't even move 150 SKUs. You're going to move your glass pours. You're going to move your, sweet spot $90 to $110 bottles in a nice restaurant. And in casual, people are still expecting to spend $50 on a bottle, and it's hard to get there anymore.
Yeah.
You find that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you have to have the representation of what people are calling for, but at the same time, what they're looking for and the price point that they're willing to spend, you have to go into different regions. I understand you like Napa Cab, but right now you're going to pay 2 to 3. And if you're comfortable with the movement, let's go to Northern Rhone. Let's go to Bordeaux right now.
Even Washington Cab.
Absolutely.
Like by comparison.
Yeah. If you're comfortable, and I think just having that, our responsibility, the presence on the floor, knowing what you have to offer and moving them to a different category. But at the same time, you have the people who want to come up and buy that nice bottle of Bordeaux and Cab. So you have to have a little bit of both. So
What would you guys say is the percentage of people who are comfortable, as you said, going, off of their, that idealized wine they have in their mind, that, that luscious, say, $50 Napa Cab,
I think you're going to see the majority of the people are going to be talking about a category they're comfortable with, and most of them are going to be conspicuous. The strategy that I always think is smart, and this is something that could be adapted to any model, is offer a couple inside the box, offer something outside the box for a third. 2 in, 1 out, and let that be like the last one you lead with or finish with, and say, hey, these two make sense here, but this one here has the same texture. It has similar elements, but it's going to put you into something that has more complexity, and guess what? It's 50% less.
and that's about a third of the people, you said.
You also have to know your wines and what wines
Yeah,
they're
right.
asking about.
Yeah,
So
sure,
I have
sure.
a lot of people that come in asking for Camus. I don't have Camus on my
Yeah.
wine list. I'm not going to have Camus on my wine list. So I want to make sure that I know structurally what they're looking for. So I'm constantly asking very pointed questions to ensure that I'm getting what they want from a bottle. And they're going to end up drinking some crazy stuff. It could be a random
Yeah, what's your
wine.
go-to when you? How do you get them off of Camus? Where do you take them?
Well, actually, if they, so for the prisoner drinker, unrelated, and sometimes Camus drinker, I end up getting them to San Cassiano Amarone, which is
Okay.
very much drinking like Ridge, Geyserville to me. So you have a lot of those like really supple, silky fruit wines.
Geez, that's a
with-
huge endorsement for an Amarone
I
for San
know,
Cassiano.
right?
Really, it's that good? I don't even.
I don't. I'm not going to make a call on whether or not it's good or
okay,
bad.
okay,
It's
okay.
just that that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, having things for people that are really interested in Rombauer Chardonnay. What can I give to you that's close enough? Like has enough oak, has enough malolactic fermentation, has enough of the rich character of the fruit that you're looking for. So, you have to be a really smart somm on the floor, and you have to really, really train your staff. If you're not handling that table, to know where to go. And that's the biggest challenge, I think, for us on the floor. I mean, it's different in retail. I can't really speak to that as much, but it's a similar concept. You know, you just have to know the market, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of information.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little. I would say like 60% of people. You know, if you lay it out in the right way, like I do a similar approach to Mick, where I'll bring something that I know they're gonna love because it's what they usually drink. But in my case, I'm like, hey, you're 71 floors up. Let's
We
venture
got
out a
you.
little.
You're staring at
Let's,
Canada.
let's venture out a little bit, But
great.
I think it's important to, like KariAnn was saying, make sure that you're familiar with what they're looking for, so that way you
Yeah.
can bring something that they're comfortable with, but also have a little bit more depth to it. For people who just want your Bella Glau Pinot Noir.
Right.
I don't have that on my list. Let's go to Ex Post Facto, from Santa Barbara, because it's
Yeah.
going to have some similar markers, that purple fruit, because it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows, but it's not all Pinot Noir. And that, that Bella
The
Glau.
Bella
So,
Glass, yeah.
it's a fun dance, and
Yeah.
I think when you play the 21 questions and you what's your favorite dessert, and you kind of figure out where they're going, and you
21 questions. This guy's got patience.
well, not that much.
That
but-
guy's got heart.
essentially,
Yeah.
4 well-placed questions
Sure.
can tell you everything that you need to know
Yeah.
about your guests, and that's a lot of the fun that I like to have at the restaurant.
Yeah, that's
so.
the beauty of being in the restaurants for sure.
I think if you also have a singular concept, like I'm coastal Italian, people expect
Oh.
there to be more Italian wines than other wines. I also have the benefit of that in that they're coming in with the impression that I may not have what they're looking
Yeah,
for. And
right,
they're willing
right.
to
So the
give me a
setup
little
is
more
good, yeah.
leeway. So
Yeah, in a retail, for example, they're probably a little less tolerant because they expect,
stacks of
they need,
and it's a
yes.
huge. I mean, I'm looking at you, Mick.
Right.
You got a
No.
big store, full of stuff,
Yeah.
and so
No, you got a nice
they
selection.
must have everything,
No, I mean, honestly, right now, I would tell you more than ever, I think I've always run retail like I was a floor sommelier.
Yeah, yeah.
And doing it now, that traffic has changed tremendously and gone down so significantly with, competitor like Total opening up in our backyard, disrupting things. I am having these conversations actively, and I'm driving, the sales and, taking parts of the base who would be pretty immovable and putting them to other categories. I'm doing that all the time because
Okay.
I have to.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's great. That's good news. That's good to hear. There's so much,
Yeah.
passion and craftsmanship, if I can say what you folks do, in managing customers. It's fantastic that it's happening, because I think that's, of course, where people come into they come into wine appreciation, right? Through the interactions they have, at their restaurants, at the shops. So that's so important. Now, our next question here is, I feel bad asking you guys. They're too savvy, Matt. These. You don't feel bad about it? All right. Here we go then. Sorry, guys. No love lost over here.
all right, it's on.
This one is called CMSD. The Court of Master Sommeliers is extending its reach and influence in the wine trade to extend beyond hospitality and into business management with its newest title, Directeur. That's the French for director. Did I say it? Directeur. The recently announced CMSD program was created to focus on wine industry-specific business management needs and equipping personnel to fulfill those roles at the top of international corporate structures. According to Devin Brolier, chair of CMS Americas, quote, ample opportunity exists for the court to apply its rigorous standards of excellence
False.
in the corporate management arena. Demerits for Mick, please.
Hey, if I get to jump in on the first one after reading that article, he gets to jump in.
Yeah, no, for sure. It might get better. It might get more compelling.
You already,
No,
it's false.
I know. And that's why I was like, you guys are too savvy for this one. But I'll just jump to the question. And
All right.
The question is, has the CMS introduced the director credential?
No. But,
Jeez.
I mean, as you're talking to, if maybe I wasn't on the panel,
Tough
you could have
crowd.
gotten away with this.
Yeah, I know.
As being probably the only guy who's passed service in theory,
Yeah.
4 times each and not having passed the MS credential, which, and I'm done.
Yeah, heartbreak, though, heartbreak.
No, it's just,
You're over it.
it's
Good.
whatever.
Yeah.
The point is that Devin Brolier was resigned from the court,
Yeah.
and he's not part of it anymore on top of it. So,
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing I was thinking about with this. That question is that there's there's been a little bit of trouble at the court in recent
Yeah.
recent
Yeah.
years.
I think it's Julie now, right? Julie Cohen.
Julie Cohen Theobald is not. I don't even know what her official title is, but Michael Marr is the head of the court. She, I think, is president.
Yeah.
She's a non CMS member, which is a really good idea. But they have instituted a business of the sommelier portion of the test, which is smart.
Yeah,
We need it.
absolutely.
It's smart, but you're talking to the wrong person again, because it's not teaching, it's testing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have a huge problem in I think learning for learning is, I don't care what the discipline is, whether it's CMS, MW, SWE, whatever, I think it's awesome. But if you are testing with no guidelines and no instruction, then you kind of get what you get. And you don't necessarily correct problems or foster development in the community that you need to be doing those things. So business of the sommelier is a great idea, but I can tell you this.
Thank you.
I can
I
tell
did
you.
pull that out. So
There
yeah, take care,
are
Caroline. Thanks.
there are a lot of people, for instance, who are wine directors and genius, people in their own right, who aren't even passing that test because the test is not seriously that part
Yeah.
of the test. So if you're
Sure.
if you're one, it's one thing if you're a guy who's never worked or a gal who's never worked as on the back end, but if that's your job every day and you're really good at it and you're not passing that part of the test, something's wrong.
Something's fundamentally wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think then of just generally of, the CMS today, like where it's how it's situated and in terms of relevance, perhaps?
I think at least for me, because I'm coming up in the court and being young, I think the certifications play a part in just making your introduction into a community or a new company, but I also think that community plays a larger part in that continued education.
Right.
For instance, I went to Chicago last year for Second City Somms, and it was a boot camp, and there was Master Sommeliers, there was Masters of Wine, and they talked about the business of the sommelier, talked about service, and so that is what I think is important, and you need that to go get your certification through the courts. Because I think it's more like Mick was saying, it's an accrediting bureau. They get you your certification, but
And
lot
you
of
have
the
to be
work,
acculturated.
Exactly.
And these
Yeah.
people are doing it. I mean, Jim Boob and
Exactly.
Cat Hawkins. Cat Hawkins,
He
I
said
know.
boob.
I did. It's funny. That guy. But it's funny, like that guy would lean into it, and you'd actually straight up,
Yeah.
you guys would love him.
Yeah.
He's
But I'm saying, like, Cat Hawkins is a Michigander.
Yeah,
She's
great.
part of that circle over there. Jim Boob is,
Okay.
an MS over there. But they're doing it because they care.
Yeah.
And honestly, everything else, whether it's an Ann Arbor thing, a Detroit thing, whatever, it's grassroots you need that grassroots in order to support the community. And I
Yes, sure.
there's been attempts at it. I still think we've floundered here at trying to support ourselves better. And mind you, there's a lot of reasons why. So this is not being calling anybody out. I mean, we all have our jobs to worry about, and we all have our schedules. And when you're talking about Janie grad school here, in addition to all the other jobs, and listen, I got kids coming out of my wazoo.
Right.
It's
right there
hard.
with you.
It's hard. It's hard to do it. But to that point, I'm thrilled that you went to Second City Soms, because that's
That's cool.
that's a heck of a program, and I know those people, and I know what they're doing, and I know this isn't for them. It's for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a
Yeah. KariAnn, tell us.
similar and yet slightly different take, only in that we are in Detroit and the southeast Michigan area, Michigan in general. We're still developing our restaurant culture. We don't know what that is yet. It's not Chicago. It's not New York. It's not Dallas. It's not all these other places that, as a som, if you are not getting out to visit and get involved in those places, you could fall short because of that. The one thing I can say about the court is that
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you run that back? You said if you're not getting outside
if you're not
of
getting
the state?
outside of Michigan to
Outside of-
really
okay.
see what that looks like, yes,
Yeah.
we are falling down. We're getting better, but it's challenging because we also, in a burgeoning restaurant market, are limited to our staffing, are wearing 1,000 hats in a restaurant. You don't just have a som. Like, my restaurant's unique in that I have a som position, and it's a chef-owned restaurant. It's not a hotel. It's not, corporately owned. And a lot of people don't get that opportunity. When I went through my process through the court, and I'm still like, I don't know, I'm on the fence about whether or not I'm going to fully certify advanced. I already took my seminar, but intro was, I fell into it in the middle of a bunch of things, and it was at a time when it was still, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Like, here's a 2-day seminar, and here's how to, deductively taste for a second, and here's a multiple choice short answer questionnaire, and go forth and figure it out, friends, and then certify.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have people to kind of hold your hand and give you any idea, you had at
Yay.
least, it's a way to structure your study, because it's a really overwhelming thing if you don't have some even 2-track roadmap, right?
Sure.
I think there's a benefit in that. That being said, if you have a community and you can build around that, you can benefit from that more than just getting your pin cookies, right?
Okay.
I like my flair.
Pin cookies. Is that
I love my
that's
pin
the internal
cookies.
lingo? Pin
It's,
cookies.
it's my lingo. I just made it up. I like pins. I like stickers. I like flair. But it also makes me. Thank you. I know I'm taking that and it's going on the laptop.
Hey.
I think that there is a lot of benefit if you're working on the floor in a restaurant for the som track too. But like if you're in retail, you don't kill yourself on it. Like
Yeah.
it's a rough one to do the
Okay.
whole service side and the tasting portion of it. It's valuable in that it gives you a roadmap, but
Sure. Okay.
there are also other options.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's necessary anywhere. I think it's an opportunity to force yourself to do better.
Yeah.
To force yourself
Agreed.
to further yourself, to bridge gaps, to go to Chicago, to go to wine country here or abroad. But you're going to have to do the work, and you're going to have to find yourself a community.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's it. That's simple. And I'm not disparaging anybody for any discipline they want to go for, because ultimately, with no BS, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're teaching for a test instead of teaching for knowledge, then you have to ask yourself the question about why.
Right.
Teach yourself knowledge as it furthers and helps your job. And if it helps you pass the test at the same time, whatever the test is, awesome.
Yep.
But if you're teaching the test to a test that doesn't necessarily help you at your job, you have to ask yourself that other question: is this important?
That's fair enough.
It also weeds out the people with no passion.
Exactly.
there you
Yeah.
go.
So
'Cause-
if you're just taking a test just for a test,
It's not for you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a little class check. What does everybody have in their class?
not
I mean,
enough.
that's the
yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna go back to
I have to go to work after this, so
Oh.
I can't go too crazy with it.
Wow.
But I have Chateauneuf pop in my glass.
nice.
I am enjoying a little bit of Overnoy Poussard
Heck yeah.
from Missouri, 2019. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
drinking some Gattinara. We're gonna do some northwestern Piedmont here, from Antoniolo, which is neat because there's not too much Gattinara on the market.
No.
I think I'm gonna go backwards and switch it up and go to the Trimbach Pinot Gris.
Oh, nice. We're all professionals here.
Little palate
We can-
cleanser
we can-
here. Thank you.
Oh,
I
man.
appreciate you. Thanks for
It's good
pouring.
having those.
Yeah, and that Antoniolo is nice to see. I know they'd been in the market years ago, but I hadn't seen it for so long.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's a Sal Chirino thing.
Oh yeah, good job.
No, and that's a really good pickup.
Yeah, excellent.
And there's a guy not overcharging for wine.
Well, here's somebody who he's a success story. I chatted with somebody recently from U of M Business School, Ross, about entries into the market for distributors, and I cited him as an example of the positive of how to build organically and be successful, even in this current landscape that we're in. And I cited somebody else who was also a recent distributor opening, and I cited him as the counter example. You know, I'll tell you offline.
No,
I'm not
need
doing
dirt.
that. But I'm
Need
saying it's just there's a way to do it, and you're being honest, and then there's the way to do it that maybe the margins are aggressive, and you're
Yeah.
showing a deal to limit your, to bring it back down to the margin it should have been from go and whatever. Ultimately, there's not enough. I mean, there's plenty of good Italian wine, but I'm always going to applaud more really good Italian wine.
Agreed. How soft is that? I feel like all the Gattinara I drink, it needs to wait for like
No, this is delicious.
100 years. All right,
This is
I'll get that.
delicious.
I'll get on that
You need
next.
to.
Right.
You need to.
Oh,
that
yeah.
that Auvergnat is really good.
Oh yeah, I had it like earlier this summer, and I thought for some reason it was like a little like VA, but now it's tasting great. Might have
So
just been bottle
funny.
variation.
It's so funny how that goes with, like you said, bottle variation. But even if it's not bottle variation, which is why I mean, it's always like Auvergnat is it maybe it was just mad that day.
Yeah, right.
This is true. This is true.
Oh man, that's a good one. Should I do the next one? I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, St. Julian Winery announces the newest wine fest in Michigan, City of Champagne. Sparkling wines from around the U.S. will be poured in Paw Paw, Michigan. To celebrate the semi-quincentennial, we're holding a festival for real American champagne. If you called your wine champagne before the 79 cutoff, you can pour at the City of Champagne, says event chair Mark Thompson. The so-called European Union can't tell me what I can call and what everyone else can call our wine. For me, champagne is more of an expression than a real place. If you are so inclined, City of Champagne will be taking place at the St. Julian Tasting Room in Paw Paw, July 4th, 5th, and 6th.
So called. This kind of sounds like Grand Moff Tarkin and the Rebels and Star Wars.
I blacked out, and all I can hear in my head is Orson Welles doing the outtakes for Paul Mescal. Hammered. So I'm not really sure about the question. No.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Kevin, what do you
Kevin,
got?
it's your shot. It's
Yeah,
your
I'll
shot
take
to
it.
shake.
I'm gonna say false.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
I
sounds
don't
like a
know.
serious. I'm gonna go true on this only because it's St. Julian.
Dude, the so-called European Union quote, if it's real, straight up, if it's real, like, honestly,
would
as
be
much as I'm
amazing.
bummed out, I'm actually intrigued.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
I'm gonna say false.
Okay.
All
It's false. I made it up while I was sitting here while you guys were about to sit
It's like
down.
there's no way.
So,
Yeah, no. But still, absolutely.
I would like it to be true.
yeah.
I mean, someone had to take the over.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
That was a fun one.
Oh, good. Oh, thanks.
Finally got us.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was clever.
Do I get a square for that?
Yeah, right? How about a
I've been
star?
listening.
Yeah, he's
What's going on?
gotta bring the shapes back, Matt. That
Right?
the people want it. They want it. Give them what they want, man. Good. Yeah. You want to give a score update while you're doing that?
I think KariAnn and Mick. Oh, sorry. I need the microphone. KariAnn and Mick are tied in last place. And then
I mean, at
Kevin
least we're together.
is in first place
But the big square.
with
With
a
the big
big square and 300 points.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, I like it.
That's much like a fruit day. It's a Matt scoring day. That's great. He's generous.
I'm just
All
happy
right.
about the square.
Yeah.
Our next question for you
I know
folks
he got it.
is called Natural Wine. It's official.
Okay.
The Institut National de l'Origine et de la Qualité, or INAO, the French wine governing body, has officially defined natural wine, and it may change the business globally. The definition of natural wine adopted was proposed by the Syndicat de Défense de Vin Naturel, an independent group that had lobbied for certification for a decade, and designates natural wines as Vin Méthode Nature. There are 2 tiers of VMN. One, those that have no added sulfites, and those with less than 30 milligrams per liter of sulfites. Critics, though, like writer Jamie Good, say the designations are problematic because some yeast strains produce significant amounts of sulfites, which would mean that they would be classed in the same category as those with added sulfites, which would appear to undermine the basis of value for the natural winemaking process. Other critics, like Pipette Magazine's Rachel Seiner, say the problems with the designation run even deeper and totally against the spirit of the movement. Quote, natural wine represents freedom to many of its adherents, she says, and freedom to make wine totally sans bureaucracy is something I really get, end quote. While the VMN is valid only for France at this time, the plan is to expand the certification throughout the EU and even internationally. Is certification needed? Quote, it is indeed wanted, says Alice Firing, a New York-based journalist and author who specializes in natural wine. I'm often asked if there's certification so the consumer can choose a real one, she says. One thing everyone agrees on is that natural wine is here to stay, even though it has been with us all along. So, question to the panel is Vin Méthode Nature a real thing in France?
Is it really only delineated by sulfur additives? That's it? That's the
No.
only requirement?
All we know about is what we have on this. We don't.
It's true.
Okay, mix a true on that one.
I'm stuck on the whole just talking about sulfur thing. I'm gonna go with false only because of that. I feel like it's definitely could potentially be a certification moving forward, but I don't know. I feel like there's so many other qualifications for that. I feel like
Elements, you mean,
elements
of
the
natural wine
actual
production.
Natural wine production. I feel like that's just a weird thing to focus on.
Okay. Kevin, where are you going to go on this one?
I'm torn because I feel like I agree with that statement at the end. You know, it needs to be a designation, even though it's been with us.
Oh, what
for a
Alice
while.
Firing was saying about it being needed
Yes,
for consumers.
but I'm going to say
Vin Méthode Nature.
I feel like it's plausible.
Okay.
Is this Mythbusters? Can I say plausible?
Oh man, I love that show.
No, I'll go with. I'm going to say false.
Okay.
Not for. Because I feel a lot of wine has been made naturally and still is.
Sure.
I'm going to say false.
Okay. So you haven't seen any Vin Méthode Nature either, right? That goes without saying. Okay. Well, the fact is, it is it's a real thing.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice job, Mick.
Yeah. Mick pulled that one in. But no one,
Definitely.
have you seen it? Actually, the
No,
little
but I
circular logo on there?
I know the Jamie Good comment.
Yeah.
So, no, and honestly, to the point, it's they needed to embrace something, the INAO, because of its popularity, but it's as murky as now as it ever has been, because it's going to be on a producer-to-producer basis, not. I mean,
Yeah, at some
we know
point,
it.
I think the INAO is supposed to take it over, like, kind of officially, if they get, like, 400 producers in
To jump on the boat.
yeah.
Right, but they're
So-
not going to have consensus.
Uh,
So I don't.
so it's just like a consortium thing right now. It's an officially recognized like a consortium
Right.
kind of designation. I've seen a bottle that has it. It's a little round
Mm-hmm.
logo.
You've seen it in the States?
Yeah,
Really?
I saw it a
I haven't seen
couple of years ago.
That's cool.
So they're out there. What do you guys think about those though? Just the natural. I mean, how important would that be a game changer? Having
Not for
No.
me. I think
Certification.
natural wine still needs to be made well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whatever that means. If it's dirty, it's dirty, and if
Yeah, the
it's
overlap.
exactly. I mean,
It goes to what Matt was saying earlier. I mean, listen, I like natural wines. I don't like natural wines. I
Right.
like wines, non-natural wines, and I don't like non-natural wines. It doesn't
yeah, well,
matter.
I'm talking about though, like in terms of dealing with the consumer, right?
Are they
Yeah.
calling for it?
Well,
So-
would it make it easier? I mean, yes, I guess that's one question. I mean, I
Well-
guess you could also,
No.
would you use it if it was there
Does
as
it
a
make,
sales
does it make
tool?
it easier? No, because it's not answering any of the questions about type. Do I like this?
Quality.
Do I
Scent,
not?
flavor profile.
Flavor profile.
Is it natty or is it natural?
I mean,
But didn't we
that's-
have a big discussion just before we sat down about
Yeah.
how, right? About how important, the health component
The
is
health
that,
component is, but you know what? So
I mean, in the consumer's mind.
if you have a broad market in that category, a broad set of options in that category to deal with that are going to range you in styles, then great. If they're all the same or they're going to be pretty linear in terms of your options, I don't think it's helpful at all because I think in general right now we already know the producers that we're going to go after who may or may not be certified. Look at Beaujolais. I mean, Beaujolais is a kind of a
So-
murderer's row of things that you can go with that are really good producers that the stylistic differences and effectively whether or not they're officially natural or not. They're practicing
Yeah.
pretty much natural, all of these guys, at least the main ones. And,
Yes.
I think in general, it's necessary because they don't want to lose it's more bureaucratic.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose these and they don't want to disenfranchise the young buyers. So I don't think it helps.
And then to that, I feel like it's a slippery slope because then you have, some producers that may be overly concerned with the new buyers and they're chasing that certification. And then what's in your glass? The juice may not
Sure.
correlate,
Yeah.
You have this certification.
Well, but that's your
it's,
jobs, right?
Right.
That's your jobs.
Yeah, we have to wait
If
through
you
it.
put those wines in their hands, then
Yeah.
it's your job to make sure they're good.
Exactly.
But what I guess my perspective is like I hear a lot of consumers looking for natural wine. They want to know if it's organic or not, or whatever they understand it to be, and maybe it's just
canon
because I've got a
effect.
rather untrustworthy looking face. But if I tell them like, oh, it's organic, but it doesn't say,
Yeah.
they're like, this guy.
Dude, you're
This guy.
You're a happy guy with a smiley face. If people can't trust you,
Yeah,
we're all
I'll-
doomed.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's very generous. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of speaks to the SOM certification
I mean,
thing. 'cause people are
Kevin and
like-
I are in trouble.
Sorry.
I mean, Carrie's gotten us beaten over here, but
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, listen,
for sure.
I'm throwing in my cards.
Well, as somebody who's moving my entire list to organic biodynamic practices.
Oh, really?
moving to
Okay.
sustainable-
At
yeah,
Oak and
so
Reel,
At
yeah.
Oak and Reel, yep. It's not hard. You just have to be able to explain it. Not everybody, it doesn't have to be certified, right? You just have to know what the producer is doing. And this is the thing that this is part of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing in grad school, is that I get really frustrated because everyone wants to there's so many certifications. There are so many certifications that
Yes.
even we have no clue what they are
Yes.
half the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And you get into the EU and every country has its own way of handling things. And is sustainability just about agriculture, or is it about their actual processes and their shipping and their carbon footprint all over? Is it about their business practices? It's such a wide thing. Thank you. I can honestly say, like, I do my best to bring wines that I know are well made and are utilizing practices that are healthier for humans. You get into those, or at least if they're practicing organic, the challenge, and if you ask Dave Boss this question, he's going to answer you in a completely different way, but the challenge is it's expensive. And a lot of these smaller growers, unless you're part of a collaborative, you can't afford the amount of resources and financial burden that it takes to certify in these things. So
Yeah.
it's a choice. It is a choice. The other end of that spectrum is if it's not certified, they can use things. If it's an emergency situation, maybe it's something that's not great for human health that they're utilizing. It's a little challenging, but as a general rule, especially when it becomes your heritage and you're trying to preserve that land that's been a part of your family for hundreds of years, you're not going to abuse it in the same ways that we do here, So natural wine certification is great, but you can also make bathtub wine that's not great for you, still making wine with natural processes. I joke around about that, but you can throw grapes in a bucket and make your own wine, but those grapes may not have been grown properly. So it has to be a very careful delineation.
I like what you said when you said natty or natural.
Yeah.
What kind of like, is it just all the markers of the hype, or what actually went into the barrel, or what went to the
That's our job to figure out what the guest actually wants from this wine.
I think we've all been here at this point, where it's a surprise sometimes to find out somebody's natural. However, you put your nose in a glass of a wine and you're like, it's natty.
Yeah, right.
It's ideology over terroir.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So never mind. So for all of the reverence towards where, if the wines smell the exact same way, whether it's South Africa, Beaujolais, California, South America, did we actually win? Are we doing something good? Because it's an honest question. I don't know that answer. I'm going to put that out there because when I just smell like red wine soda pop out of the same style, irrespective of grapes and terroir, I don't think it's a good thing because you've lost what could be special there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take on it. And mind you, I like plenty of those wines. So I'm calling myself out too. It's just, I think there's plenty of room for everybody at the table.
Agreed.
And when it comes down to one of the things that I joke about broad spectrum is, natural wine movement and people who are just searching for doing things better, they were rebelling against commercial winemaking that was making wine in bad practices especially. And I think in general, instead of it being a linear progression, I think it's a spherical thing, and many of the ones on the extremes have both circled back and they both become equally ridiculous.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. Well, also, a lot of the natural wines have gotten better, right? Like
100%.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Sure.
but I would say just like
You're
like in Negociant Champagne, the grower movement pushed
Yes.
the Negociant movement to do better.
Yes,
I
yeah.
think in general, there's a lot of great wine being made right now, and
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think when it comes down to organic biodynamic practices, let alone natural, however we want to spell it out, I think it's outstanding. And to KariAnn's point, it's a lot easier to find these items now and truly trip into them without even realizing it.
You can look at Rotorua, right? That's a good example
Yeah.
of the, like, hey, we own everything now.
Yeah.
And we're switching it over to BioD organic or whatever they're doing there. So that's a great point.
I mean, and to your point here, what they're doing domestically with sparkling, their Rotorua estate being fully biodynamic, or and just thoughtful and tasty, and showy, and guess what? We make Cristal too in France.
Right.
Like, you want to talk about like delivery? Like, how do you say no?
Right.
Yeah, no, you got me. I'm good. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if maybe if they changed like the label from being gray, like the 242.
Yeah,
Like it's like
243 is delicious right now.
it's it's great, but it's like it's a gray label.
Which in restaurants doesn't matter as much because retail is where you're looking for the, flashy.
Let me remind you folks that on your paper there, you'll have
Really? What is this?
yeah, okay, so this
I'm
is
terrified.
just a little heads up. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of it's a challenge for our panelists.
Okay.
It's a little thing we're trying out the past couple of shows here. It's a segment we call the Wine Shop Brain Fart. So what we ask you to do is to lampoon that wine, right? Satirize the wine, maybe satirize and lampoon the people who drink the wine. Yeah, I know it's maybe not nice, but
Can we do? Like,
But it's funny, right? That justifies everything.
Can I do a voice, or does it have to?
Oh, that would
okay.
be. You would get crazy points for that. So think about that. So we'll just ask you to spend a few. Let's take a few seconds to give that
right.
wine. So we asked you to
A
describe it.
personality.
Yes, and talk about it from the perspective of a consumer who goes into a shop but can't remember the name, right? Yeah. And so trying to give other descriptors to get you to understand which wine they're talking about.
Gotcha.
That's the game we want you to play there. So we'll do that, and then we also have the blind wine. The blind wine is coming too, yeah. And so maybe we'll do one more question, give you some time to think on that. One more true/false thing, give you some time to think on that, and then we'll jump into the emotive blind tasting. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah. How about I do?
But
and
you're
this
not
one-
guessing mine.
I didn't even see what it was. I
Okay.
didn't know we were.
Yeah. Did you
Do you see this?
guess that was maybe what those?
No.
No, I didn't know.
I actually had a thought on this, and I was a little terrified, but I'm excited about my choice.
Okay.
I'm so glad I sat here because this gives me joy.
Good. Excellent. Okay.
I don't know what I'm about to do.
You might make somebody feel bad, right? They'd be like, "Oh,
I'm gonna make
It's too real. It's too real.
yes. There's a whole subsect of humanity that enjoys the wine that is on my sheet.
Yes.
so I
Yeah.
cannot wait.
And that's what we want. That's what we want you to get at.
I'm excited.
So here's one, and we've been talking about Bordeaux so much today. Isn't it strange? Like, do you guys often talk about Bordeaux?
I mean, I work in an Italian restaurant, so,
So
no,
not much,
but
okay.
yes, at the same time, depending on who I'm with and where I'm at.
Okay, well, cool. Well, this is another one called Ale Bordeaux. As of October 2024, vineyard area in Bordeaux is on pace to exceed, in 2025, the previous peak of 145,000 active hectares from during the economic boom years of the 60s and 70s. Thanks to coordinated efforts by the CIVB and the French national government to increase vineyard areas in the country's biggest wine region in order to capitalize on growing demand both in domestic and foreign markets. Some 9.5 thousand hectares were added this year with hopes that by spring, another 8.4 thousand hectares will be planted, pushing the region to just shy of the symbolic 150,000 hectares mark. The state has made a total of 120 million euros available for vineyard expansion subsidy, and the CIVB is contributing another 19 million euros specifically for Bordeaux. The result should be that by 2028, Bordeaux will be able to satisfy forecasted market demands while maintaining price stability. Our question to the panel is Bordeaux vineyard area expanding?
What? I guess it depends on what are you qualifying Bordeaux as. Are you qualifying the core part of Bordeaux, or are you talking about kind of the outskirts around?
Bordeaux is a
Entrepreneur
region, yeah.
False.
Okay.
I agree with false on that one. I feel like Bordeaux is kind of set if we're
Because,
talking about Bordeaux proper.
But also the French government putting in all of these stipulations towards paying people to pull out vineyards.
There's that
Right. So there's
countervailing
Yeah.
proof, evidence, perhaps. Yeah, not addressed in the story, but you know about it, so that would be all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the layup. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
false.
Okay.
I'm gonna
See,
go
they're
false.
sharp, man. They're good. I told
I
you.
know there's a lot of change, with climate change going on in Bordeaux, and they're figuring out, new varieties that are permissible. But I don't think that they're gonna,
Yeah.
expand the land plantings.
Well, you are keen minds, so it is false, and yeah, it's exactly the opposite, as Mick points out. They are paying vineyard owners for
So one of
renaturalification.
the worst things that British speak versus American English speak, and I came across this 30 years, 25 years ago, whatever, and it was grubbing up schemes of, and I don't know if Matt and Chad these, but that's what they called these in British English circles when this has happened before, and to get rid of vineyard area for other fruits, other agriculture, or crop raising, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now. They're doing widespread things of this in France.
Yeah,
And
agricultural
they're at
diversification.
an all-time low in terms of in-country demand of wine drinking.
Yeah, the vineyard area is dropping. All right, so we're staying on pace here a bit. So we're gonna, you guys, does anybody want to take a first stab at the wine shop brain fart?
Sure.
All right, yeah, you're excited about it, KariAnn, so do that.
Well.
Also, be sure to make some space too in your glasses for that blind wine, and then
Okay.
you can,
All right.
yeah. So, but go ahead with the. as
So
you like.
I'm the guest in this scenario. This is what we're.
You are a customer coming into a retail wine shop, looking for that specific wine, but you cannot remember the name.
So
Oh, that was
I.
a sultry. That was a sultry. Mm.
So I really like sweet wine, but I prefer reds. I like it to be big and I like it juicy. Just to give you a little background, I also am really into Mediterranean salads with the dressing on the side.
Yeah.
I like my
DOS, yeah.
chicken on there too, but like really well done. I don't like it raw, so like really well done.
Oh man, she's.
And I just want it to taste good. And I am having some friends over, and we're definitely going to watch some reality television.
Oh, I know this.
And I just I want to be able to drink a lot of it. And I also don't want to remember anything the next day
Yeah.
at all.
She needs the alcohol boost.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you have anything like that?
I think
On
we
your
do.
store?
I think we might have some.
I want to take a guess.
Go, Kevin. Yeah.
I feel like this is
Do it.
some. I love you, baby. Some of my wife's friends. Some of my wife's friends, when they're having their girls' night to watch
Yeah.
The Bachelor, and saw us in there with the bottle. And she's like, "Yeah, they just love this Apothic Red."
Hey!
It's like I feel like this
Score.
is what they're drinking. Like that's the whole
Nailed
setup.
it.
Like that is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they want.
Yeah.
The girlies.
Yeah.
The girlies want.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Love you, baby.
Yeah.
You did it. You called it.
Yeah. Nick's crossing his heart. Is making his cross. God forgive us. Yeah. All right. Does one of you guys want to
I'll
tackle
do
it?
it.
Mick's ready to go.
I feel like I got to put an accent on for this one.
Do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey there, Hoss.
Boss.
Hey, man. I came in here looking for that wine here, and I'm going to just go backward and talk about it for a minute, if I will.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of tastes like a bad hangover, but it's good. And, it had that one label on it, and I can't quite figure out what that critter on that thing was doing, but it kind of looked like a drunken alpaca. I don't know if this thing is rolled over or it got stung by a hornet, but man, I'll tell you, that thing hit hard.
It hit hard.
That wine's not even around anymore, so I haven't seen this thing in
I was gonna say, you
probably
guys
a
got me.
decade.
I think Matt
so
knows. I don't know it either.
The accent originally led me to Bonanza, but
Oh yeah,
The
there's that.
accent has nothing to do with anything.
no. But then you made the weird animal figure comment.
Yeah, animal labels, classics.
And part of me is like, there's the one that had there was the llama. I'm not.
Ding 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 ding.
Okay.
It is. It's
Okay.
it's the funky Yama. Is that what it is?
Funky llama.
Okay, all right.
What's that one?
I've never seen it either.
I was like, I don't know that one.
I haven't
Oh
seen that in a long
man,
time.
Where was it from?
Fire.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
I was like, I don't know, but that
Yeah.
one, Funky Llama.
There were so many labels that are just like the handprint from the.
I'll tell you this
Chris
though.
label,
Can I have a quick second
Yeah.
for a story?
Go.
So, my only other retail gig was with Plum Market, and baptism by fire, and I had been in and been in restaurants, and before I had done this, and it became a huge job in multiple stores. But the amount of special requests there were crazy, and the worst special request that I ever had, and I ended up farming all the special requests off to one of my employees because I couldn't handle them all. Like seriously, he had
Yeah.
a binder.
Oh, for
I made
sure.
a binder. He just handled it. But I remember this one time, this lady came in, and she's like, "Hi, and I'm looking for this wine." I'm like, "All right, kind of like you, like." let's figure this out, honey. Let's rein this in. She's like, yeah, I had it, and I'm like, all right, white or red? I don't know.
Oh no!
She didn't even know the color.
We're off to a bad start.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm like, all right, well, where did you have it? She's like, well, it was on a cruise ship, and boy, it would have been 30 years ago.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh no. But I'm, poker face, and it just kept going, and I'm like, she's like, it kind of had like this red, white, and blue emblem on it. I'm like, were you on a Carnival cruise? She's like, yeah.
Oh no!
Nice.
I'm like, it's a
was the
Carnival
Carnival.
cruise line branded wine that is not sold, but this is also 30 plus years ago.
Oh no!
So you can't order this?
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
No.
That's-
No, I can't order this. I cannot go back in time and get your Carnival Cruise Line wine from 1982.
Yeah.
But the fact that these people are out there.
Yeah, that's an amazing
It's
story.
the same people that come in and ask for a specific drink that was on somebody's specialty cocktail menu in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like, yes, I can get that for you. Here, when in doubt, make it red.
All right, Kevin, what do you have for your
that's
wine
wild.
shop brain fart?
All right.
So, my wife loved this wine. We had it at our country club. I typically drink Camus, but
Oh.
my wife likes the white wine, so I don't remember what it was called. I know it was from Napa. Just was really rich. Really rich.
Real rich. We got you. All right.
I'm gonna say, I think it was something like, I can't say that word.
So I really want to know what it is.
Country Club White from
Country
Napa.
Club White from Napa. I
That's real
drink
rich.
Camus.
Real rich.
Camus, and these are perfect complements to each other.
Like Roundbauer, we talked. You said white wine.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a specific wine or a type of wine.
Oh, white Zinfandel.
Ooh, I used to make that out of house white and cranberry
Like,
juice back in the day.
Get a little bit of like matchbook.
It's reduced. Oh.
Are we talking about like conundrum?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe? I don't know. No? I can't.
like a white wine though.
So this is actually a winery, a wine,
Okay.
a label. I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
I know
so
this is a very
you have
distinct
officially
style.
stumped the panelists as to what is actually on this paper.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? So it's a
It's
rich
a-
country club wine.
Butter Chardonnay.
Butter. Oh no, butter. It's butter. It's called butter.
Butter. Okay.
It's like the amount. It's if you were to
Jam cellars.
if you were to drink
Yeah.
movie theater butter popcorn,
Yeah.
it would be butter.
We're just going to
Yeah.
put in a bunch of isoamyl acetates
Yep.
and a
Yep.
bunch of other stuff in here and make this happen.
I thought it was buttery Chardonnay. I thought it was like
That's-
No butter.
Name of it.
And then there's bread and butter too. There's there's
it's-
a bunch of them out there.
Yeah, they're supermarket
Yeah.
kind
No.
of specials. So
I gotcha.
get that blind wine in your glass. And while you're doing that and getting your first tastes, I'll just
Thanks,
we'll
Nick.
recap the plan here for our closing segment, which is the emotive blind tasting.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So the idea here is that we would like for you to
Do a little rinse.
talk about the wine, taste it, and then talk about the wine as your emotional response to it. So
kind
you
of
know-
similar to what we just did. Then yeah.
correct. Yeah. Don't run the grid. You know, we want to know about acid
It's a
and
pale yellow.
yeah, not that. Talk about it and like, if maybe it evokes some memories or something, or it makes you feel some way, or you can talk about the wine as if it were a person, right? So, what kind of person would that wine be if it were a person? We can see it would be a white person.
Wow.
Interesting.
And this week, after all of this
All of
nonsense
this,
this
yeah.
week, John,
Sorry, too much.
boy,
Wait, what happened this week?
I don't know.
Eh.
I don't know. It's like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to quote Obi-Wan after the planet Alderaan was destroyed. It's like millions of voices cried out and were silenced all at once.
I just blacked out.
That's nice.
Nice
Good
job.
enough vodka.
Nice job, Chad.
I'm time traveling.
While they figure that out, I'm gonna sing.
Some elevator music. Some elevator music in the background.
Nope. Okay. I didn't get any.
Oh, sorry. Well, goddamn, it does smell like victory, doesn't it?
I feel like when do you
want
want
rinse?
us to go? Are we just going?
Do
We're
it,
doing
yeah. We're with you, yeah.
I feel like this wine's a dog person.
Crazy dog person?
No,
Cozy
not
dog
like,
person.
Not like
Cozy dog?
not like dog hoarder, just like general dog lover.
Okay.
They watch the AKC championships from time to time.
Okay.
Enjoys nice things, but isn't necessarily someone who cares about labels.
Right.
Likes balance. We'll just say in her life. We're gonna say balance in her life.
Okay.
Although I probably shouldn't gender this wine. Also likes coffee
Every morning,
every morning
7 a.m.
while like looking out at water of some type, ideally a large body of water.
With
And
like
that's what I've got. Blanket.
Shawl. She's
got a
Yeah, some type
shawl.
of blanket
and her
situation.
puppy right next door.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
So I'm getting a sense then that you're talking about like habituation, like just habits, doing
Yes.
things in kind of
yeah.
rote
And
fashion.
appreciation.
Yeah, a basic appreciation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Basic.
All right.
Simple but friendly. Simple but friendly.
Simple but friendly. Dog person. Okay. Who else wants to?
Oh, I'm gonna go with this person. This is a wallflower. This person does not have significant opinions on anything, and
And knows it.
this person likes to play the middle. Likes things just to be so maybe 70 degrees and sunny, 70% humidity ish. Likes live, laugh, love signs in their house.
Throughout the house. Yeah. One in the bathroom and one in the kitchen.
God.
You know, it doesn't get much better than this glass of wine for
See,
that
I
person
told you it was a white
Yeah.
person.
on a
I mean,
on
fair.
a
we're
Friday
going
or
down
on
this road.
on a date night. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I got. I'm
Okay.
not gonna try
Yeah.
to do better.
I feel like
Fair.
their home looks a little like this.
Oh, very whitewashed.
Dude, my wife is listening.
I think that there's a lot of fuzzy pillows around. They enjoy the chai tea lattes and can't wait for the pumpkin spice.
Okay.
But, you know, to each their
They're not
own.
bad. They're not a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. They enjoy the little things. They appreciate it, and
We'll break for animals.
you know,
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
Well, that's.
I think this person is comfortable with who they are.
Yes.
They are a little bit of a hermit, homebodied, and maybe they even watch tennis for a couple hours.
Anybody else feel like we just built off of each other's stories and it's the same person?
I think that we're narrowed in. I think
No, we
like,
just
build a
brainstormed a script.
This is Sims.
A script.
Do,
We built
100% here.
we built a Sims character.
Do
Yeah.
they have a top 10 Hallmark Channel?
Only at
list?
Christmas
Only
time.
at Christmas, yeah.
Oh, they
At
love
Christmas
Christmas
time.
movies.
Yeah.
They
What is
love
their
it.
what is their favorite Gilmore Girls character?
Hopeless romantic. Hopeless romantic.
I
Like,
mean,
oh,
100% Lorelai, obviously.
Was Falcor a Gilmore Girls character?
Totally.
Oh my God.
This is giving Rory vibes.
It's giving glory. Fair. Oh,
Nice.
it's fantastic.
Oh, man.
My wife and daughter are gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I feel like we just
That's
aged
cool.
ourselves a little bit too with
Yeah.
that whole process.
Yeah, that was great though. You're all on the same page, like you said. You wrote the script. Let's see what it is. Who's gonna?
I mean, I feel like it's
I think. Oh, we should guess what it is first,
Okay,
though, right?
Are
Oh,
we
sure.
guessing?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, yeah.
No, you guys.
No, we agree. No, we like you.
I mean,
mean,
it's neutral. This is why we all went whitewashed walls and like dog lover, simple person.
Honey with a side of, nondescript, green tree fruit.
Yeah.
Apple.
And
yeah.
some citrus.
I mean, it feels like Shannon to me.
Could be Chenin. Could be Pinot Gris,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oregon-ish Pinot Gris,
Fair.
but
It's a little cooler to me than Oregon, but
it's also quite cold.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it's
I get the texture. I think there's a little bit of like some
Tannin.
like mallow in here. It's a little round to me.
So if this was like an Italian white variety, it could be a possibility too. In my head, I'm gonna stay Pinot Gris camp. It kind of feels like this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's got a little
Fair.
bit of that oiliness to the texture.
Yeah.
who knows?
There is definitely like a little tiny bit of astringency or something there that's like Avondale. Ugh. Pekin White. South African Parle.
Chenin. Wow.
Chenin.
Nice.
There you go.
Right, baby.
Hey.
That being said,
Hey, you called that?
thank you.
Dig it.
That being said, that does not really remind me. It doesn't scream South African Chenin,
Chenin to
so
me,
good
yeah.
on them. I definitely didn't feel South Africa there, but
But it's kind of a little boring.
yeah. But usually it's
Not riveting, is it?
I like it.
a bit more
So-
feral.
This as a point
Sells
of
well in my shop.
question, is this really a 95 James Suckling?
What does it say? I don't know.
95
Decanter.
decanter. Just saying.
Really?
Like I thought decanter actually had standards. Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's very hard to imagine that.
Shots fired. It
Yeah.
just turned.
That was good.
James Suckling, like out of bed, cup of coffee in the morning, 96 points, 96 points, cup of coffee, Folgers, 96.
I think he just rolls a dice. Like it's like a 20-sided die, but it has all of the different score.
But then,
scores.
of course,
They
you
all
have
start
to
at 91.
Right.
add for how many subscriptions they bought.
Oh.
So it's a +5, +20.
More
you
shots
know.
fired. More
Yeah.
shots fired. I think we can all agree that.
Stevie over here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, you folks did a very good job. I was just going to give us a little rap, but if you want to make a comment on the wine,
No. I was
we can
just-
keep dogging it. It's fine.
I love.
I mean,
Liv-
95 points is not possible. That's
no,
not possible.
No, it's not. And I do love.
That
I'm
can't
still
be.
going back to that live, laugh, love.
Maybe they
Yeah.
got 95.
Wall decor. I mean, it really does.
But then Kevin came in and wrapped the bow on that present
Yeah.
with feels like this room.
Yeah, oh my God. We are never going to be invited back.
Hey.
Thanks.
Love you, Chad.
Thanks, man. Shit. Well, cool. Thank you guys so much for coming out this afternoon. I hope you had a good time. I
was
think it
great.
was a lot of fun. And you did well. I mean, they scored well, didn't they? I mean, Matt.
What was the final result?
You know, I blacked out for a lot of it.
Same. Same.
So we finished with Kevin had a circle and a semicircle and a square.
What?
KariAnn had a circle.
Just a
And
circle?
Mick, you had a pizza slice, which was cool.
That's a win.
Dude,
yeah.
I love pizza.
I think that's a win
It's a
right
huge
there.
win.
Why? No, this is a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me. It's an honor to be here with some heavy hitters in the industry. So
No.
Thanks for bringing back the shapes. That was really good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
always here for you, buddy.
Shake. Dig it.
Right on, guys. Thanks so much. Everybody take care, all right?
Thanks. You too.